Two people have, and I can think of loads. And I suppose Rebecca Nye was one of them, Dr. Rebecca Nye, because she researched, made a good attempt at trying to figure out, was this ability that people had to relate to themselves or to others or to God. In fact, was it relational? Is that part of our developmental being? Others have taken that further and show how that's connected with our physicality and with our thinking. So it's not separate, but we need that relationship. So that's a good one. And the interesting thing on that one, she now has a book out that it's a user-friendly book rather than her big research, and I think that's a useful book to get a hold of. She was influenced, of course, by Dr. Jerome Berryman, which combined using scripture and the teachings of the church with the business of imagining and wondering. The other person that has influenced me a great deal has been Dr. Phyllis Kilbourne, who worked for years in Liberia, was kicked out of the country twice at gunpoint, an educator, got her degrees in education, but she was working with, in the end, with damaged children. Their parents had been shot before them, or they became soldiers, and she began to think, how do we disciple children who are this hurt, this damaged, into the Christian faith? And she managed to gather a lot of people who were in similar situations here and there. But she's looked at children with HIV/AIDS, or war children, or girls who've had the female genitalia done, and on it goes, and gathered in each of these areas key people who are practitioners to see, how does this really work? So you can give them a better home physically, feed them, but that's not going to change how they are. And so she wrote a book called Children in Crises, which then became a thing of a manual, and it has a way of repairing damaged spirituality, and she uses what's called the STOP model, like the stop sign. The STOP model looks at 4 key things to do that. One of them is getting a routine going, getting a daily routine going that says everything's going to be all right the next day. Parents are involved in this. Another one is play is involved in this, but play that reveals their past, but play that helps them learn how to get along with the rest of society. And so this whole business of repairing damaged spirituality, I think, is probably key. And I actually am going to give 3 instead of 2. The third one actually has been one of my students, who has been one CAS has helped through, which has been Aileen Pender. Now, if she goes online and sees this, she'll kill me, but I really don't care, because what she has done has been not only research, but as ideas come up, she will question things and say, oh, that won't work, or that will work, and that comes out of her experience and her knowledge. So she has asked some of the harder questions that forces me to either think or defend or say, yes, it will, but you've got the wrong idea here. So yeah, I would say watch this space for her, because she has boldly done some research into why children don't go to our churches, and has come up with some not so very pleasant answers, I have to say, on this. So yeah, that's 3.